Hi everyone, Spider-Man 1991 here on DarkAvengerINCPlus, and today I'm doing an in-depth review of Batman number 17, The Conclusion to Death of the Family. I will be talking about the full plot of this issue, so there will be spoilers. So if you haven't read this issue yet and you don't want it to be spoiled, please pause the video, go read the comic, then come back here and watch it. Alright, let's talk about the plot. The issue begins with Batman waking up after he was shocked in the electric chair from last issue. Joker has him set up along with the other Bat family members, Red Hood, Batgirl, Nightwing, Robin, Red Robin, lined up in this sort of like family dinner table type deal, and Joker then reveals that what he did to Alfred was he infected Alfred with Joker toxin, so Alfred's pretty much a Jokerized zombie. And then the Joker talks about, how how all the family members Batman's had, all his partners, have made him weak. Well, and that deep down he'll always love the Joker more than him. Well, Joker reveals what he has under the serving platters, and apparently he also takes off the masks that the other Bat family members were wearing. I should mention that they were wearing like these sacks over their heads, but when Joker takes them off, they have like their entire heads covered with bloody bandages. And then when he removes the serving platters, we see that Joker cut off their faces. The funny thing is, I started reading this right after I bought it, and I was like in a drive-through line to get my lunch, so it was temporarily stopped, and I was reading it. Then I got to that, the line started moving. I'm like, oh crap! I really gotta get home and finish this soon. But back to the plot. Joker pretty much reveals they cut their faces off, and of course, right when Batman's that pretty much gets the breaking point of Batman, and he's able to get up out of his chair, which he was tied to, and also Joker revealed that if Batman did get up, then it would also set off a series of fires that would set the Bat family members on fire. But Batman gets up anyway. The family starts to catch on fire, but then fortunately Batman knows the caves of Gotham well, and he's able to figure out that this cave is underneath a body of water, well, or at least some body of water, and he's able to break through to the roof of the cave and cause some water to collapse on them, stopping the fire. And of course, right when this happens, Joker runs away, and Batman takes the bandages off the other family members, starting with Damian, and he discovers that, well, surprise, Joker didn't cut off their faces at all. It was faked. And Batman says, we need to get Alfred out of here, get him help, but Nightwing says, no, Bruce, go after him. He's your problem. We'll take care of Alfred. Just go. And Bruce goes off, fights the Joker, and as soon as Batman leaves, this little cat the Joker had with him at the start of this issue suddenly starts beeping, and it's actually a bomb which releases a ton of Joker toxin, which affects all the other Bat family members, and they start to get the Joker grin, and they just start going into a frenzy and beating the crap out of each other. And while this is going on, Batman finally finds the Joker, and he confronts him. He pretty much confronts him. They fight over and over, with Joker still saying that Batman's different now, and that deep down he'll always love the Joker more. Joker will always be the one he loves most, but Batman refuses this and says, and also earlier Joker was teasing Batman about why he doesn't just end it, and Batman gives him the real reason. Pretty much gives him the real reason and stuff, saying that he doesn't want to be. He's worried that if he actually does cross this line, then he'll just be just as bad as Joker and stuff like that. But while they're fighting, Batman kind of teases the Joker by doing the same thing Joker did, which was he says that while Joker was gone this past year, Batman was finally able to deduce his secret identity, and they're fighting pretty much near a waterfall. Like they're on top of the waterfall, and while they're fighting it out, and Batman pretty much says to Joker he's deduced his real identity, and right when he's about to say his real name, Batman says, "Your real name is," Joker just sprays acid in his face, and jumps off the waterfall because he doesn't want anything revealed. He wants to pretty much keep the masks on. That should just be Batman and Joker, not their real identity, and neither one should ever know their identities. And so Joker kind of jumps off the waterfall, plummeting towards his supposed doom. But we all know Joker's going to be back. And right after Joker jumps, Batman checks the little notebook Joker had throughout this entire story arc, which he said contained all the information about Batman and his allies and their secret identities. And when Batman opens it up, he discovers the notebook is blank. And also, while the Joker-Batman fight is happening, Alfred is able to start to regain control of some of his mind, and he's able to calm all the other bad family members down, and they're able to fight the toxin and burn it out, and to get control over themselves again. Then we cut to the next day with Alfred still in recovery, and Bruce pretty much tells him that in the past, shortly after they took Dick in for the first time, Bruce Wayne went to the Arkham Asylum as Bruce Wayne, and when he was able to get a moment, and while he was able to break away from his little tour, he goes to confront the Joker in his cell and shows him the card he found in the cave, and of course, Bruce says that at that moment he could tell that while the Joker looked at the card and him, he couldn't really see the real him. So that kind of proved to Bruce that Joker really didn't care who was under the Batman mask. And as Bruce leaves Alfred's room, he says to him that I invited everyone else to kind of talk about what happened so that we can try to work through this. But then suddenly everyone starts texting Bruce and leaving him notes saying like, sorry, can't make it, I'm busy. But when it cuts to what's really going on, they're not busy at all. They're just like, kind of dealing with it in their own way. And so no one shows. And with Bruce's afternoon free, he heads down back to the Batcave, and he pretty much completes his scan on the Joker toxin, and he's able to identify the main isotope, which is an element 105 dubnium, and its original name and symbol is hanium, and its symbol is capital H, lowercase a, ha. So obviously appropriate for Joker, and that's pretty much where the issue ends. Death of the Family was definitely a great story arc. Very nice, a very well-written Joker story. And also I would say that this issue once again this entire story arc proves that Scott Snyder is a real good fit for the Batman title. Okay, he's done a very good, I cannot say this enough, but stating the obvious here, Scott Snyder is an amazing writer for Batman. He works well with the title. I enjoyed this more than Court of Owls. But still, this is an amazing issue. I did like how the fight between Joker and Batman was at a waterfall, because it does provide sort of a similarity to the Sherlock Holmes story, The Final Problem, with the final confrontation between Sherlock Holmes and James Moriarty, which is really appropriate since Joker is kind of the Moriarty of the Batman universe. And another good thing about this is that it shows that what Joker did to every single member of the Batman family is going to have some like long-term repercussions, as seen like the end of this, where everyone just didn't really want to talk about it. They just kind of like branched off into like their own little things. I thought that was good. And also the dialogue in this. The dialogue between Batman and Joker was just really, really amazing. I mean, Scott Snyder really did a good job capturing how insane the Joker was with this story. It's very amazing. This is probably one of the best Batman stories probably in the past few years. This should definitely be, I would definitely if you haven't read this story arc for whatever reason, I would say wait until they have this in trade form, okay? Because I think once they do the trade, they might collect the other Death in the Family tie-in issues from like Nightwing, Red Hood, etc. Maybe, maybe not, but still, you should get... Still, if you haven't read this story arc by the individual issues, you owe it to yourself to get the trade when it comes out. Again, overall, nice dialogue, very nice fight between Joker and Batman, and I love the ending too, about how it still shows that this is going to be something that's going to be talked about for the next few issues, with everyone's sort of reactions to what happened. Very amazing, nicely well done. Once again, Scott Snyder delivers a 5-star gold Batman comic. Well done. Okay, so that's my in-depth review of Batman number 17. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing to Dark Avenger Inc. Plus Spider-Man 1991, and see you later.